Angelic View radio show. This is the show where we help you connect with angels so that you can live your best life. The Angelic View is sponsored by the International Association of Angel Practitioners, also known as the IAAP. We are also sponsored by the Tarot Guild. To learn more about our sponsors, please visit angelpractitioners.com for the IAAP and thetarotguild.com for the Tarot Guild. I'm your host, Maria Maas. I'm the president and co-founder of the International Association of Angel Practitioners, which is an organization that was formed to educate, support, and celebrate angel practitioners from around the world. The Angelic View airs live every first and third Sunday of the month. We are a live call-in show, so if you'd like to call in for a free mini reading or angel message, the number to call is 714-816-4628. Please remember to press number 1 on your dial pad. This way you will be placed in the queue, and we will know that you want to be brought live on air for a reading. And again, the number is 714-816-4628. And when you press that number 1, don't hang up, because we do take the calls in the order that they're received, and you don't want to lose your place in the queue. Joining me today is my guest co-host, Dax Carlisle, executive producer of the Psychic Talk Radio Network, founder and president of the Tarot Guild, and co-founder of the IAAP. And also joining Dax and I today is our special guest, Ginger Garvey-Stair. Ginger is a longtime gold member of the IAAP and is also an IAAP Certified Angel Practitioner. She is an ordained minister with the Minister of Peace Community Church International, and she is a successful spiritual entrepreneur who has recently opened her own metaphysical shop called Faith Crystals, located in Emporia, Virginia. So now, let's say hi to Dax, hi to Ginger. I'm delighted that you're both joining me today. Hi, Dax.
Hi, Ginger.
Hi, Ginger.
It's been a while.
Yes, it has. There she is. Coming to us live from her shop in Emporia, Virginia.
That is so cool. You know,
Isn't it?
It's like in radio, they call it a live remote. And so, you know, we're doing a live remote, you know, from Faith Crystals. Yeah. I like that.
Very cool.
How you been, Ginger?
Very well, very well. Lots of exciting things going on here. Emporia, Virginia is a fantastic spot. There's a east-west highway that runs across the bottom of Virginia, and it's 58. And then there's 95, which runs from Florida all the way up the East Coast. And Emporia is at the intersection of 58 and 95. So I look at that as a wonderful symbol of being at the crossroads.
It really is. And when my husband and I travel back and forth from New York to Florida, because we're snowbirds now, right now I'm coming to you from beautiful, sunny, warm Bonita Springs, Florida. It really is a tropical paradise here. But we love our home in New York as well. We come down from the Hudson Valley. And right now they're probably having some gorgeous color changing of the trees and all that. And when we take our drive, I know your exit now off of 95. And I'm like, there's Ginger. Let's say hi to Ginger.
Yep. Real quick, I wanted to mention, Maria, I don't know if you said it at the top, for the folks listening to us on Blog Talk Radio, on the Psychic Talk Radio Network, audio only, you can actually see our videos, all three of us. Yeah, we're up here on screen on the YouTube channel. It's for my Saturday show, Tarot Today Live, and it's Tarot Today Live on YouTube. So if you're listening, you know, you can open a tab in your browser and go over to YouTube, type in Tarot Today Live, and you can pop in the live with us. We got a chat room going on here. One of our other hosts, Sharona Rapsic, is in there. Sharona's here, Maria. And
hi, Sharona.
Yeah. Sharona does the opposite Sundays from Maria.
Yes.
So it's like next week will be Sharona, and then the week after will be Maria. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So if folks want to join us in the chat and see our video, they can.
That sounds great.
I'm thrilled to be here. I've pulled together a couple of items so that depending on where we go with things.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
What cool goodies do you got there, Ginger? For us.
Dax, are you familiar with this particular deck?
Is that Osho?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really read the writing, but oh yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, Osho's in. Yeah, just the cover of it. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, that's Osho.
This is my personal favorite, and this is what I do most of my readings from. That I also have with me today a crystal tarot deck, and this one's extremely simple. It's very, very simple. The cards have individual just a single individual crystal on them, along with the so like there's the 10 of cups.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so it's a pretty simple deck. But seeing as how it's a crystal shop, a lot of times people like the readings from a crystal deck. So
yeah.
Then I also have with me today a amethyst pendulum that I'm currently favoring this particular pendulum. And something that I've been doing a lot of work with is different chakra frequencies. And so I have here just a small set of chakra stones. So they're just heart stones for each of the chakra centers. And I actually will use this to do chakra alignment sessions with people, or to work deep within a particular chakra center. So it's just one of the healing modalities that I use to help people. It can be used, with the chakra centers. I can either go spiritual concepts and or physical. So these are just a few of the things that I grabbed and brought over here. The other thing that I'm doing in my store right now, which I personally love, and Maria we'll have to chat after this and let me know what you'd like, and Dax as well, and I'll send you some. We've gone with a bunch of herbal teas. Moving over to some holistic.
I love herbal teas.
Yeah, me too.
This one's called Afternoon Delight, and it's a hibiscus mint. So I'm drinking it iced, but sometimes iced, sometimes hot.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I like them hot, but iced is that can be really good depending on the flavor too.
Definitely. There's so many flavors now. It's just incredible. And the different types of herbs that they use in them that are so beneficial to all of us. I want to mention, being that we're talking about decks and stuff, I have a deck that I created. It's called the Angelic View Oracle Cards. And it's a 44 card deck that is tarot sized. So it's, it's more comfortable to hold and shuffle. You can actually take, if you want, some of your tarot cards, your majors, and actually shuffle them into this deck and work with them together, work with them separate. And I pulled a card from this deck today for our show, and what I asked the angels to tell me what do Dax, Ginger, and I need to know today about today's show. And I also pulled a card from my Radiant Rider-Waite. This is the back of the deck, the Radiant Rider-Waite tarot cards. And for the tarot cards, I got the 6 of Cups. And I thought that was very fitting because
nostalgia.
The three of us, the three of us haven't been on the air together in a while. And we have a tendency to reminisce when you talk with people that you haven't seen or heard from in a while. And even though we're in touch online and all that, it's a different energy when we're all together at the same time doing a show. And I just feel like, okay, this is a time to reflect on, reflect fondly on good memories that we may have together from the past. And then from my card, the Angelic View Oracle cards from my deck, is the card of creative activities. It's card of creative activities. And it says, spending time on creative activities can help to calm the body, mind, and spirit. And I think it's very fitting for today because just putting a whole show together is a creative process.
Oh,
Getting,
yes.
getting our ideas together, what you want to talk about, what you want to promote, different topics. Ginger is going to talk to us a little bit today about universal energy. And then the whole idea of her shop that she has put together, that she has launched recently, Faith Crystals, and being able to see her store and the creativity that goes into setting up your whole store, how you have it decorated, the supplies you have on hand, the things you use, the decks you work with. I saw the pretty clothing hanging up there. So I think that, all of this is a creative process. So I think that makes a lot of sense.
I love that purple.
I was toying with what I was going to wear today, and I decided that the shop should be what shines. So.
It really grabs your eye. It's a really lovely top.
Thank you.
I love that. And I like that the green is right behind it, and it's the purple and green.
Yeah,
look beautiful against each
green's
other.
Nice, actually, too.
Yeah.
And it has the mandala print and all that.
Mm.
And I have all kinds of things here. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting right next to my card table. So,
the card.
Here's my numerology deck. So this is actually, there's like 24 different types of decks here. And one of the things you were saying, Maria, that I love to do, I love mixing and matching decks.
Yes.
Cards from multiple decks.
Make your own deck out of, all your favorite cards from different decks.
That too, yeah. But like Mary has so many Oracle decks and tarot decks. On our show on Saturday, Mary will pull a card from like a tarot deck and another card from an Oracle deck, for our cards of the day.
I'm going to have to get in touch with Ginger and send her a few copies of my deck to stock on the shelves there. I have my deck in some other stores in Florida, but Ginger's the only person I know with the shop right now in Virginia. So I'm going to have to get in touch with you about doing that, because I think that, there's something about walking into a physical store and picking up a book off the shelf, picking up a deck and, and looking through and actually seeing and feeling what they look like. Hopefully you let people see samples of some of the cards. Because I remember, as a customer, going in a store shopping, if you can't see a sample of some of the cards in the deck, it's a different experience. Just, you never know when you're going through a deck and you're just looking through the different cards, you're going to get a feel for that deck and that deck's energy just by doing that. And that's going to help you with your decision when you are going to choose a deck to purchase for yourself, just like going up to a table that has crystals on display. I mean, you're going to want to pick up and touch a crystal and feel the energy from it and see the ones that you're drawn to purchasing. And I always think it's so cool when you see one. I always think it's so cool when you are drawn to a certain crystal, and then when you learn about it and you find out what that crystal is and what it's for, it's actually what you needed at that time. So it's
synchronicity.
Funny, yes. Go ahead, Dax. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, even if you can't look at the cards, I still miss the old days, be able to go to Borders Books and, physically look at and flip through like a tarot book, and physically go and, at least pick up the boxes, if not actually get to see the cards, but, at least be able to look at the boxes. And, some of them were in big boxes, some were just in card deck size boxes, and just be able to physically look at them in the store. And then, of course, local metaphysical stores, I'd often go in and they'd have like a 3-ring binder, like really thick 3-ring binder. And they'd have the what's it called, like the plastic and that has
so what, the
laminate.
Yeah, but what's it called? It has pockets in it, and they'd have like a couple of cards or so from like every single deck, and you could just flip through.
Yes,
Oh my
that's a
God, it
great
was the
idea.
coolest thing. But even, you know, that aside, that's the best. But even that aside, just being able to physically go in a store and hold a book or hold a crystal or hold a deck, you know, I miss those days. I mean, yes, there's still shops, you know, like Ginger's and everything, but you know, I miss the commercial stores, the Borders. I mean, we saw Barnes and Noble here in Tucson, but you know, I miss that. What's that?
Oh, now you're back. I didn't hear you
Oh,
for a moment. I don't know if you cut out on for anyone else, but I didn't hear you. All of a sudden the sound cut out.
oh no,
Hear you.
your sound cut out on my end, and I
Mm,
you. How's everybody now? I think everything's good.
I hear you now.
It's dealing with that Wi-Fi and everything, folks.
Yes.
Mm, the
Technology is.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one
So,
of the things that we'll do actually from our shop is if people want to message us on Facebook, we actually offer a personal shopper experience for people that are remote, where they will video call with them and walk them through the store and help them make purchases that way. It's not as nice as being able to put your hands on it, but at least you can put your eyes on it. And you have somebody who's very knowledgeable about the different products to help you with things.
Very nice.
and Charlotte's in the chat room and says hi, and she says, "Oh, by the way, I could hear everything Dak said, so we were good."
So Ginger, I just like to know, I know that folks that are watching or listening in, there's probably many people out there that would like to probably start a business as a spiritual entrepreneur. Do you have any advice that you would give them as, I know you've done so many different types of things already, and actually owning, a brick and mortar store, that's a big step. And nowadays, so many people that start online businesses, but the brick and mortar is a whole different thing. Do you have any advice for anyone who's thinking along those lines?
I think that there's a very big difference between passion, hobby, and business. And if something's your passion, you want to consume it as much as you want to share it. And that's great. And if something's your hobby, then you want other people to be interested too. But if it's your business, you need to be able to look at it as a business. You need to be able to make business decisions. You need to understand who your market is. So a lot of business acumen that goes into that. And oftentimes people who are very passionate about spirituality or, working with different types of energy, it doesn't translate easily to them to a business. What I always tell people is you're not paying me for my gifts or access to my gifts. You're paying me for my time.
Time. Yeah. I tell my students that all the time, that, it's not about that, it's just about the time, and there are still a lot of people out there. It's like, well, you shouldn't charge for your spiritual gifts. And first of all, I think that's totally bogus, because you wouldn't have, a plumber come to your house and it's like, well, you love plumbing, so fix it for free. I mean, what? Your dentist is going to charge you, it's
and I think that there's an underappreciation for the amount of investment that we've put into things.
Oh yeah. Courses, books, decks. Oh my God.
Tens of thousands of dollars on courses, and a lot of the things that we offer through the International Association of Angelic Practitioners are so accessible, and it's a combination of what someone can explain to you and what you can experience for yourself. And that's how you really grow. But one of the things that and Dax, to your point, not to minimize how I have refined my skill sets, and I look at other practitioners, I don't do everything. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm looking for right now is a really good numerologist to augment what we have in the store. So we don't really have one. I can do basic numerology, but I am more interested in learning about that, and I would not consider myself to be someone, I'm a hobbyist when it comes to numerology.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I can do wire wrap, I can wrap stones, but it's not at an artisan quality.
Yeah.
And when it's something physical, it's easier to see that. You go, oh yeah, I can see the difference between this job and this job. And as someone who really started in my spiritual consulting work as an instructor and working with people in training, I was always like, well, you can do this yourself. You can ask yourself. You can find out the answers for yourself. And then I have only recently, we're talking like last 6 months, this big aha for myself that I spend a lot of time doing this. So when somebody has an immediate need, they don't want to spend the lifetime I've invested in this. And, I do this daily. So my ability to tune in and get answers is just faster, smoother.
Right.
And that's a big part of it too. So
people pay for the convenience. And
exactly.
So like in web design, for instance, this comes up a lot. Nowadays there's all these fantastic platforms and systems and programs and such out there where, you can visually create a website without needing to learn CSS and PHP and HTML and coding and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, you can go on Squarespace, you can go on Wix, you can create your own website in 5 minutes. In fact, now they've got AI. You go in, you tell them what your business is about and what you want the website to look like, and it generates instantly a website for you. Well, that's true, but it's a lot different than the person that has been building websites for 10 years. And a lot of business owners, like yourself, for instance, it's like, yeah, you could make a website for yourself, but a lot of people don't have the time. Not to mention, it's going to be a different output, no matter how good the tool is, between you making it and the guy or the gal that's been making websites for 10 years. So a lot of business owners would rather pay to have somebody, build a website for them, so they don't have to go through all that, and have to do the learning curve and how to use the tool and how to create the website, and so they'll get it faster. It'll be better, and it's the same thing for spiritual entrepreneurs, but we often don't think of it that way. And, it's so strange, and that's one of the things that we like to try to teach at the Tarot Guild, because we're a guild. Obviously a guild is an organization for professionals. Well, a lot of people in psychic work and in tarot, they're really great they're great with what they do. Don't get me wrong, but they're not business people, and they often don't think of it as a business, So we try at the guild to get our members to start looking at it that way and coming to it from that perspective, that it is a business.
Yeah, definitely. And, and I think that, my goal with this particular enterprise is to be kind of a hub. I'm very cognizant of the placement here in Emporia, and I want to be that inner exchange. I want people to be able to come in, get what they need, and move on. And I want to be a place for practitioners as well. And I have, different practitioners that come and do readings and healings and stuff like that in the shop. And, it can all be booked through the shop. Some of them are remote, and I wish that I could show you, maybe I'll maybe I'll zoom in again on my phone so you can kind of see the setup of things. But I'm actually sitting where you would if you were doing a remote reading. So you're more than life size to me where I'm sitting right now. You're on a big TV, and that's what I'm using for my webcam right now. And so thinking things through like that, what's your goal? What is your goal? And my goal with this shop is to have a pivot point for me so that as I go out in the community and I travel a lot, I have a place to point people to that this is where, a good portion of my energy is held. It also gives me a feeling of coming home when I come back. It gives other practitioners from, around the country, actually globally, an opportunity to come and share with my community what they have. And so it really raises the bar. So I'm not just looking for people who know, I've got a friend who's just phenomenal as a hypnotherapist, and she's in Las Vegas. Having that resource, which is a top-notch resource, not to say anything negative about anyone who's doing that in the Emporia area, but Emporia itself is very small, so there isn't anything. But how much access can you have? And that's one of the things that I love about these weekly or bi-monthly opportunities online, is it gives you the opportunity to connect to people regardless of where they are. And so this store is a pivot point for that. It's just a home base. It's not all it is. And recognizing that I'm able to pull in worldwide experts and worldwide resources, and to have a place for them to feel comfortable was really important to me. And what happened, how I wound up procuring the shop, is somebody else owned it. I came in to say that I would like to do healings and readings and workshops. And within 3 months, she said, Spirit wants you to have the shop.
Wow.
I said, well, let me check, see if that's in my best interest. Because when you're talking business, you need to look at things from a business perspective. And that's not to say that the returns are always in dollars and cents. I don't measure the success of my business strictly by how much money's in the bank. I measure it by how many new customers have come in, how many repeat customers have come in. Am I able to, share across the spectrum of products? Like if somebody comes in and they buy a $7 sage stick twice a year, it's hard to run a business with that. So explaining other options, oh, I've noticed this is the third sage stick you've purchased. Is there something in particular going on? And I actually had people come in and they were looking at all these different types of incense. And so I was explaining to them the energetic, purpose of the different scents and what they could expect. And they said, actually, we're staying at a campground a little ways from here, and the lemongrass gets rid of the mosquitoes. So people come in for all different kinds of reasons.
Yeah, and just having a physical place to go, because with everything, online stuff is great. I live online, right? My business and everything. But considering how much has moved online and all the stores, closing down and everything, because everything's, you just go to Amazon, right? Or Walmart.
Right, definitely.
But it's and I just mentioned earlier about borders. So it's really cool when there are these local physical, metaphysical shops still there, where all kinds of modality practitioners and so forth can come together, as well as the clients and customers.
Right.
There's this physical space to go into.
It can become a meeting place. You have different classes and
meetups.
You could run meetups there. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. And the fact that you have the remote capability with the large screen television and all of that, with this technology that we have with Zoom and so forth, you can bring people that can't physically attend because they live too far away can still attend. So you could have like a hybrid type of a meeting. So, some people are there in person, other people are zooming in and bringing together people this way. I think there's so many things that you could do with it. It's amazing. And I have to give you credit for taking that leap of faith and opening up, no pun intended, faith crystals. I think that's wonderful.
Well, Maria, I did the same thing, years back in multiple cities, but the last one was San Diego when I had a coffee shop. And, it's great to have the one thing. Okay, I sell coffee, but in today's day and age, to really make it, you have to do multiple things, So I always envisioned having a tarot coffee shop where you'd walk in and the tables would be the tops of the tables would be laminated with tarot cards and tarot card art on the walls, and meeting rooms in the back and patios in the back, and you could have classes going on and have a metaphysical store in part. Part of the store is a metaphysical store, so kind of like Ginger's, but kind of in reverse. Like if Ginger was to put coffee in her shop, it would be like the opposite for me. It would be like the coffee shop with the metaphysical store inside, and tarot themed, tarot cafe, kind of thing. I always wanted to do that.
The cups could have tarot cards on them, and whatever cup you happen to get that has something to do with your message. I mean, there's so many creative
and because it's a coffee shop and you have tea, because you have tea too and coffee with coffee grounds, you could do coffee ground readings, you could do tea readings, tea leaf readings. It's so cool.
Very.
Somebody steal my idea and do that,
Well,
invite you to the opening, huh?
I do want to remind everyone now it's 2:30. So here on the East Coast, which means we are a half an hour into our broadcast, and we do have some folks who have been patiently waiting in the queue with their hands raised. So I think it's a good time that maybe we should take a call or two. Normally I take calls, throughout the show from beginning to end when I'm doing it by myself. But being that I'm here with other people today, I'm trying to give them a chance to talk about some of the things that they enjoy and they want to talk about. So I don't want to keep these nice folks that have been waiting so long.
And Maria, don't forget, sprinkled with the calls. At some point, we got to, ask Ginger about the universal energy we were going to talk about.
Oh yes, that was another thing I was going to bring up. I was going to say, let's take a couple of calls and then let's have Ginger talk about that, and then we can take a couple more calls.
Cool.
I think that's a good way to go. You want to bring them on, Dax?
Are you going to bring them on, or you want me to bring them on?
You can do it.
Oh, okay. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. We got a bunch of callers on here. And by the way, this is a good time to get in because otherwise you'll be too far down on the list and we're not going to get to you. So dial in right now, 714-816-4628, and press 1 on your dial pad. 770 has been waiting the longest. Hello, caller 770. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Kathy.
Kathy? Okay. Where are you calling in from? I missed it.
Georgia.
Georgia. Okay.
Kathy from Georgia.
What would you like to chat about, Kath?
Yeah. I want to see, I have this person named James that's going to prepare some paperwork for me. Do you see if he's really going to prepare the work, it's going to be right, and get it to me by the end of the month? Or I'd say 2 weeks. In the 2 weeks to end of the month, whatever time you see around it, or what you see.
His name is James, you said?
Yeah.
Did you get that, Ginger? Ginger's checking it out right now. She got her pendulum going. Look at that.
I got a good yes.
Nice.
Yes.
You're getting a yes?
I'm getting a yes. So at least that is his very strong intention.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting a yes too. I'm getting actually the Page of Swords for him, you know, and I think, you know, he's very analytical and he's going to get to it and do all that. And then the second card I pulled was the Three of Cups, you know, celebration. Yeah. He's going to do it.
I think he's going to get to it. Also, I got the Six of Pentacles.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So I feel like, you know, he is crossing his T's and dotting his I's, and I think you will hear from him. And I also got from my deck the Angelic View Oracle cards, the card of intuition.
Intuition.
Okay? Intuition. And I'll read to you the message on the card. It says, your guardian angel often speaks to you through your intuitive senses. Pay attention to reoccurring gut feelings or tingling sensations. These bring with them a sense of calm when you're on the right track, or uneasiness when you need to modify a decision or action. So it's asking you to tune into your intuition and see how you feel about this. But I do feel he comes through.
Hope that helped you out, Kathy.
Excellently.
Yeah. Dude, can I just one quick follow-up? He's coming through. Is it going to be within the 2-week range or the end of the month range? And if you don't see it, that's fine also. I'm just very anxious to get this stuff started, get it done.
Let me pull a timing card here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting 14. So I'm gonna say a 2-week period. So
that feels right.
Yeah, okay. and it kind of fits right with what you were talking about too, Kathy.
It does.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the call,
Perfect.
Kathy, and
thank you guys.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. It was great. Thanks for the question. And let me pop in the chat. I want to mention real quick, Maria, that
yes.
for the folks in the chat room, that if they want to ask a question there, all you got to do, if you want like something general from the three of us, just say, please pull a card for me. If you have a specific question, just go ahead and type it in the chat. You don't have to get on a list or anything like that. I just want to let the folks know on YouTube that I am paying attention to the chat. So if you guys have a question, let us know. Back to the phone lines, though. It looks like area code.
Don't ask me how he pays attention to all these things, but he does it.
It's called tabs. I just go check.
You're a great multitasker, though. Let's face it.
In some things, in this I am. Well, I'm a Gemini, so you know I'm.
There you go.
It looks like 646 has been waiting the longest. Area code 646. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Carla. I'm calling from New York.
Carla from New York.
Carla.
Yes, hi. Hi.
What can we do for you, Carla?
I was wondering if you see me moving in the next month or so, or even 2 months, or signing a contract, whatever. Something indicating a move would be helpful.
Why don't we let Ginger go first?
Yes, let Ginger go.
She's our guest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm seeing some uncertainty with that. Is there something in particular? Well, that could be what you're feeling. I could be picking up on what you're feeling. You're feeling a level of uncertainty with this, even though you've already signed the contract.
No. I'm actually looking forward to a move. I've been wanting to move. I'm just wondering if you guys see this happening.
I'm picking up some uncertainty from the pendulum. I did get the card breakthrough. So that means that there may be some obstacles in place that you need to overcome, but that there will be a breakthrough. So that looks like it's positive.
Maria?
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be somewhere around the springtime.
Oh,
I feel like even though you might want it to happen sooner, I'm feeling like it's going to be somewhere around spring. Okay, I got the King of Wands. King of Wands is the Aries energy, and Aries is around March, sometime in March. Okay, and you got the angel numbers card from my deck, the Angelic View Oracle cards, and you got 000. Okay, and that's the God energy. Okay, seeing repetitive patterns of zeros means that God is in control. Okay, says nothing happens without his permission. The angels go to work for you upon his command, and all glory goes to God. Thank your angels for their help, but only give praise to God. So what I think what this is saying is that you have to don't rush things. Don't you may feel like you want it to happen faster, but if you call upon God and you call upon the angels to direct you in this matter, and just ask that whatever has to happen that's in your highest good happens at the where you're in the right place at the right time. Because I always end up talking somehow about divine timing. Divine timing is always right. Things don't always happen on our time frame. Okay, there's a bigger picture out there. Okay, so we have to allow, keep moving forward, doing what we feel is right, taking the next step that we feel is right, going forward, and showing the universe that this is the direction you want to go in. So actions, thoughts, actions, all of this matters when it comes to energy and manipulating energy in the universe, the law of attraction, all of that. So show your trust, show your faith, keep taking your actions to move forward, but also trust that divine timing will be right.
Awesome.
Okay,
awesome.
so you see it in the spring. Thank you.
In the spring, I feel.
Yeah,
yes.
Carla, I'm sorry. Carla, this is Dax, and I was actually getting the Two of Pentacles for my timing card, and so at least 2 months, So Maria's saying spring, I'm saying 2 months. It could be somewhere in between those, And of course, with the Two of Pentacles, a lot of juggling things, and it's not bad that it takes a while because you need time to get everything right. Not just the finances, but the logistics, moving, all that kind of stuff. So hope that helped you out. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Awesome. Bye, Carla. Carla from New York. I'm going to check the chat real quick. So Yellow in the chat is asking Shelter Cove, Coos Bay, or Washington State in my future.
Say that again. What are those choices?
So Shelter Cove. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for that. And Coos Bay. I'm going to pull a card for that. And Washington State. Okay, so out of those choices, I'm going to go with, so like the Ten of Pentacles, that was, now I'm forgetting already. That was Shelter Cove. Okay. Looks good, right? But Coos Bay, the Sun card.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, Washington State, which, by the way, I lived in Washington State. It's fantastic. I have a sister that lives there. Four of Cups. Okay. Not looking so good. I feel like you'll move there. You'll be excited at first and then a little disappointed. Maybe too much rain if you're in Seattle. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so of those three, my cards are saying, hey, go for the Coos Bay. But let's see what everybody else is getting. Who wants to go next?
I'm just going with my intuitive vibe here on this. And I don't know why. Sometimes I just don't know why I feel drawn to Washington State for some reason. And I could be completely wrong. And Dax can be right.
I could be wrong.
It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I'm just getting that vibe for some reason. Just feel drawn to that. Ginger?
So the first one was Shelter Cove. Is that right?
Yeah, Shelter Cove was first, then
So
Coos.
Shelter Cove, I am feeling like Shelter Cove is the safest bet.
Mm.
That's the one that I get is the most safe. The one that is going to provide the most opportunity for transformation and growth, which is not always easy, is Coos Bay. And then I see Washington State as being a good fit. So like not less tumultuous than Coos Bay, but it all depends on what it is you want to do. What's next for you?
Cool. Well, I hope that helped you out, Yellow. So Maria, what do you want to do next? The universal energy and
yes, I think we should take a few minutes and talk about the universal energies, and then we'll come back to calls.
Okay. So one of the things that I do with my store each month is I work to set the energy in the store, and I do it on a monthly basis. I think that sometimes it winds up being a few days earlier or a few days later. I'm also looking at moon cycles. So I really work with what's going on to keep myself as well as the store in what I would call just an energetic alignment with what I'm referring to as universal energy. Maria and I were talking about this, and I said, to me, it's like weather patterns. You know, the energy works universally, just like a weather pattern does. So there are certain things that are cyclical in timing, spring, fall, etc. But when you really get into what does November of 2023 bring for us? You know, so I'll spend anywhere from a few days to a week or more, depending on how quickly things are coming to me. And I'm smiling because things were going really well in I think it was March, but I didn't know. So I go through and I say, okay, well, what chakra center should we be working with? You know, is there a spiritual theme of the month? Is there something that I should be looking at? Like, so as I start to pull the pieces together, the more elements I have, the stronger the feeling of that energy becomes. So I'll work very specifically. So like for November, the tarot card of the month, there's actually two, and it's the King and Queen of Wands. And it really has to do, the universal energy for the month of November that I'm working with is a gratitude for self. It is looking at not what we need to change about ourselves, but what we can celebrate about ourselves. So I have a color element that is gold. I have a chakra. I'm working with the solar plexus energy. I've just shared the tarot card. Numerologically speaking, November is a 9 energy, and that 9 energy can be associated with spiritual growth, wisdom, and completion. And it's that feeling of being complete and of being whole and of being just really great. Maria, you're great. Dax, you're great. We should know that and tuning into that feeling, because if I can,
that's right, damn it.
If I can raise my vibration in that feeling of wholeness and not in lack, you know, that's going to set my energy for everything else that I'm doing this month. And so working with that universal energy and just kind of tuning in to say, what is easy to do right now? So that energy is something that should be easier to tune into right now. It's sort of like planting the seeds after the last frost, you know, that as I look at things energetically and I pull in these elements, and I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be working with? Now, this does not mean that you can't work on manifestation or you can't work on law of attraction. But if you're looking for what's going on in November that I can benefit from a universal energy perspective, that's what it is. And so what happened with me, and the crystal that we're focusing on is smoky quartz. And smoky quartz is just, it's a good one to have. If you don't have, if you're just starting to pull in crystals, it's not necessarily the one that most people think of. A lot of people start with a clear quartz or an amethyst, but that smoky quartz is a really good base stone to have with you. We use it in a crystal sense, has to do with balancing the chakras, which is the element that I'm working with this month. So it's that balancing the chakras, providing that extra support for the solar plexus and that extra assurance that there isn't lack in other chakra centers to really help with that gratitude of self. The essential oil and herb that we're working with is rosemary. And rosemary has so many fantastic properties, but it's really the fact that it has that anti-anxiety piece that I'm pulling in this month. Like, how can I use that to just kind of calm things down and reassure that message and that energy of I am good. I am good. I also work with a particular tea of the month. This month, our tea is called Gratitude, and it's a combination of hawthorn, both the leaf and the flower, lemon balm, rose hips, dandelion, ginkgo, oat straw, bilberry fruit, hawthorn berries, ginger, lemon peel, and butterwort. It has a lot of ingredients. It reminded me when I was working through it, it's like, oh, it's the cornucopia. Moving into the Thanksgiving overflow, and then I also provide some things for you to reflect on. So a couple of questions for this month. What's holding me back? Not what's like consistently, like, is it fear? Is it finances? Like, what's my go-to excuse when I don't do what I say I want to do? And then how do I celebrate who I am? What's in my pattern that is a way that I celebrate who I am? And it can be all different things for different people. And my affirmations for the month is I am perfect when I am myself, and I allow others to be them. So those are the two affirmations that I'm working with. So it's just a way of combining a lot of different elements to really support and be clear on that message. And I know that for me, as I am working with this, it has just, I feel myself becoming energetically stronger. I'm not trying to shift my energy. I'm not trying to take on other people's attributes. I'm not trying to improve myself. This month it's really about, hey, I've put a lot together for myself up to this point. And, it's an opportunity and a time to kind of lock in my learnings and my growth and celebrate them so that I'm ready for the next. And so that's how I work with the universal energy.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ginger. And I hope that folks will take a few minutes and visit the website today, where you can find out more information about Ginger's work, about Dax's work, about my work. And I just want to give out the web addresses again, and then we'll go to a couple of more calls. We have, if you want to find out about Ginger, I have a page set up for her on angelpractitioners.com. It's angelpractitioners.com/Ginger, her name, Ginger, angelpractitioners.com/Ginger. And there you will find a bio about Ginger, her picture, links to her websites, her store, Faith Crystals. And there's a contact form there also if you want to get in touch with her. And that's all part of her membership as a gold member of the IAAP. So if you are a spiritual entrepreneur who would like to become a member of the International Association of Angel Practitioners, you work with angels in some aspect of your work, get in touch with me. I'm Maria G. Maas, M-A-A-S, and you can find my page at angelpractitioners.com/Maria. Okay. And I also have a website, mariagmaas.com. So you can find us there. And if you're interested, you can check it out. It's just $6 a month, and you will get a page, a contact form, a link to your website, and then you also have the opportunity to come on the Angelic Radio Show for an interview. So I'd love to hear from you. Again, that's angelpractitioners.com. We have a free membership level and we have a gold membership level, and gold is only $6 a month. Okay, and then we have the IAAP is one of the sponsors of the Angelic Radio Show, as also one of our sponsors is the Tarot Guild. And that's where you can find information about Dax. Dax, you want to give out any other links besides the tarotguild.com?
That's pretty much it. Everything's right there on the main page. There's a lot to that site because it's not just a website.
Yes.
It's a whole social media platform. It's like Facebook for tarot, basically. And it's free to join. You can go over there to the website. And at the top of any page, you're going to see sign up. And you can just sign up and you get your own profile and, activity feed and everything, just like being on Facebook, and you can friend each other and all that kind of stuff. And of course, we do have courses and certification and workshops. And in fact, we have a workshop today. Yeah, I'm doing a 5-card yes/no workshop at 4 p.m. New York time. So, 1 p.m. Los Angeles time. So it's coming up, be an hour after the show. And
very nice.
Yeah. So there's still time to, join in on that. We have a premium membership. And in fact, I think the premium membership, we just had our 19th birthday. We're in our 20th year of the Tarot Guild. I mean, it's just crazy. And for the 19th birthday, you can join the lifetime membership for 2 payments of $78. So $78 gets you started. You pay $78 this month. A month later, you pay $78, and you're signed up for life. All of our live Q&As, free courses. My course is free. Workshops, panel discussions. Your certification is free. I mean, just those two alone, you're saving like $300 right there. It's normally $297 for the lifetime membership, but for our 19th birthday, it's 2 payments of $78. We also have an annual membership. It's $47. It's less than the cost of a latte a month. So there you go. That's everything from the Guild.
Right. And I'd just like to also mention the Certified Angel Practitioner course. Last year, I revamped the whole course. And that was the course that Ginger took and became certified through the IAAP as an angel practitioner. And it's available now in an updated version. It's accessible very easily online. You work at your own pace. And you don't have to enroll for certification unless that's something you want to pursue. You can just take the course. And then later on, if you decide you want to become certified, then you can pay the extra nominal fee that goes with that. And it's a small fee of $67 in addition to the regular course price that will allow you to go through the procedure of becoming certified through the International Association of Angel Practitioners. And the course itself right now is still at a low introductory price of just $97. So you get the whole course with everything on it, work at your own pace, keep it for life, $97. And then later, at any time that you decide you want to pursue certification, that's just right now, it's just an extra fee of $67, a one-time fee. So you can go and check that out too. All of this is, you can find all of this at angelpractitioners.com. And you could click on the tab. This is Angel Courses. Or you can go to my website, mariagmaas.com. And you can find either website. You'll find everything you need. All right, let's why don't we go back to calls now?
Back
See
to
who's
calls.
waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just so intrigued. I'm looking at Faith Crystal's your Ginger, your Facebook page. Yeah, it's like, it's so pretty. I'm like looking at all the pictures and everything. I was distracted. Okay, so let's see who's been waiting the longest here. It looks like 780. Are you there, caller 780? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Dax, it's Jay calling from Canada. Thanks for taking the call. Hey, Ginger. Hey, Maria.
Hi.
From Kenyatta.
Hey, good to meet you. Kenyatta.
That far away, distant, mysterious foreign place, Kenyatta. You want to chat
Our
about
neighbors
this?
in Canada. Okay. Hey, Jay, go ahead. What can we do for
Way up
you?
north. Hey, got a question for you. My question is regarding my my boss I'm working for right now, leader, and I just got a question for you, and I don't know why he does this, but he always plans something for both of us to work on, then he does it himself, or he says something that wait till something comes in, and then he does it himself. I'm going like, what's going on here? And I had a talk with, I didn't talk with us. He came up to me and says, he sometimes he commandeers everything. Going like, well, that doesn't mean anything to me. I think maybe it does, but I don't know, why does this person do this?
Damn it! I hate it when I have nothing to do, Jay. It's such a horrible problem you've got
maybe
there.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, let's just see what Jay can do to deal with the situation. That's how I like to attack this question, rather than trying to pry into somebody else's thoughts and feelings that is not here to request a reading. But I'd like to look at how can Jay deal with this situation with his boss.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you.
Let's see what we got going on here. Oh boy. I got the King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands is I think you have to be a bit more assertive. I think that's what it's telling us, King of Wands. Okay, and I'm going to pull one card from my deck, the Angelic View Oracle cards, which, by the way, folks, you can get a copy of the Angelic View Oracle cards for yourself. Yeah. Very simple to do readings with these, and you just go to my website, mariagmaas.com.
Maria, yes. real quick.
Oh, look, you got King of Wands also.
Synchronicity, okay. But I got a completely different meaning, so I'll tell you.
And I got 777 as the angel number from my Angelic View Oracle cards. And that number says, seeing repetitive patterns of sevens are a sign that you are becoming more aware of divine guidance and are advancing in your spiritual growth and development. Okay, so you are becoming connected to the universe, becoming more spiritually aware. And I think what this is hinting at is if you just take a little time to meditate quietly on the situation with your boss, you may find the answers that you've had them all along, and you'll get that enlightenment. That light bulb moment will come to you. Okay, but in the meantime, the universe is also spirit. Your angels are also telling you to be a bit more assertive. Don't be afraid to assert yourself in a positive way, of course.
Yeah.
Ginger?
I love that synchronicity.
Yeah. Oh, Dax, did you want to continue with yours first?
Oh, yeah, I might as well go because I was already talking about it, because I got the King of Wands too. Although in my case, I think it's for him. I mean, I literally went with your actual question, Jay, and what I'm getting here is, it's fire energy, the King of Wands. He's just very passionate about what he does, right? And so I got the Seven of Pentacles for you. And, that's kind of like the not happy with the harvest. It's actually introspection and taking a look at the yield. And it really the card can go either way. It could be happy with what he sees or not happy. I'm getting the not happy, but also it's tarot's multi-layered. So I'm getting for you that, yeah, you're not happy that he's doing everything, but also for him, what this means for him, combined with the King of Wands, is that he doesn't want to be disappointed. He's one of those people that thinks that, if I want it done right, I got to do it myself, and I'm kind of the same way. I'm a perfectionist. I'd rather just do it myself so it doesn't get messed up, anyway. But I also just real quickly have to mention that I agree with Maria on the meditation part. I got the High Priestess. And so, meditation, looking within, the answers are within, connecting with your own psychic ability, your gut instincts on this, I think will, put you on the right track. What'd you get, Ginger?
And one more thing, Dax, I can't help
Thank
but
you.
notice you also drew a card that had a 7 on it also, and I had the 777.
Yeah, I love that.
Another 7 energy.
So the first card that I pulled was maturity. And when I look at this reading it in full, I pulled the card for maturity. I pulled an inverted harmony card second. I pulled the Fool card third. And I pulled a card for postponement fourth. And when I look at these in total, what's coming to me is that this is really not about your boss at all. It's really about you. And it shows the fact that you have recognized this and you're not just passing it off as something that you are good with, fine, you can do the work as long as both of our names are on the bottom of the product, But I think it's an opportunity for maturity. That second card being inverted for harmony is leading me to agree with Dax's read that your boss's energy has more to do with him than it does to do with you. That he's not really in a place where he is looking for collaboration. The Fool is a great card. That's all about maintaining a belief that it will work out, not using the past to predict the future. Giving your boss additional opportunities to allow for your collaboration and assistance. And, the postponement card is the final, is just what that's telling me is maybe have a little bit of patience in this situation. You're not reading it wrong. And go in with the future opportunities, maybe look to be a little bit more assertive, so that he doesn't just finish it without you. Take some systemic steps to say, okay, well, when do you want to get together for this? But this is really a great opportunity for you to learn how to work with somebody that's like your boss. So that's what the cards are telling me today.
Hey.
Awesome, Jay.
I'm collaborating on other. Yeah, well, thank
Hey,
you so much.
I hope that helped you, Jay.
Readings. Yeah, I got some contemplation to do and go over the broadcast again, so I can write this down.
Yep, that's what the recording's for.
Good looking for.
Absolutely.
Yep, we always love your calls, Jay. Call back soon.
Angel blessings, Jay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Ginger. Thanks, Dax.
Thank you.
Thanks, Maria. Blessings.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome.
So how are we doing there, Dax? It looks like we still have some time. We can take another call if you'd like.
Yeah. I have to get to the workshop at the top of the next hour. So but we can see what else we can squeeze in as long as we're not intruding on Ginger's time too much. But this is fun. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. It looks like okay, I think it's 646. We're gonna go with 646. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Esther. I'm from the Bronx.
From the Bronx. Did you say Esther?
Hello? Yeah. Yes.
What do you want to talk about?
Yes. Yeah.
How can we help you?
Ginger. Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
what can we do for you today?
Yeah. Well, my mother just passed, and
Uh-huh.
I have a question about that. If we did a good job or not.
Wow.
Well, that just, I didn't have to fix anything. The answer to that is yes. Yes, you did a good job.
Huh?
I said the answer to that is yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't have to touch anything. It just hit me very, very, very strongly.
Yes.
You know,
I agree.
The way to
And
continue.
I hope that I hope that she's with her mom.
Yes, I don't feel any point of dis-ease there, but the one thing that is coming through is that the best way to move forward is the way that you helped her towards the end. So if that was coming together as a family, or if that was communicating better, if that was being extra loving, whatever you were doing, continue to do that. Not only is that a way of honoring her memory, but it's also good for you.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Okay.
what I'm
Yeah.
getting from your angels, Esther, also is that your angels, I have the card of meditation, okay? They want you to spend some time in quiet meditation, because when you quiet your mind, it lets you turn the ego off, put the ego aside, stop that thinking mind and all that mental chatter, and just get quiet and see what comes to you. Ask that question. Call upon your angels for guidance. Ask them to help you connect with your mother and see what comes to you when you just get quiet like that. Okay. And also pay attention to your dreams, because very often we can't turn off our minds until we're, some people just can't turn it off. And then once they go to sleep, now your mind, your ego is quieted down, and your angels can whisper to you. Your mother can get through to you. And I was seeing in my mind's eye a wreath, okay? A wreath with flowers and different things. So I don't know if that was something that was at the service, if there was a big wreath of flowers, a special wreath.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was.
I'm getting chills. She absolutely loves the wreath of flowers. That's what I was being shown. Okay. So give yourself a pat on the back. You did the right thing. Dax, do you have anything to add?
No, I can't add to that possibly. It's perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, Esther, for the call. And also in the interest of time, we want to get to, we have a couple more callers we might be able to get to, Maria. Real quickly, though, I do want to make the announcement for the Psychic Talk Radio Network that, of course, your next show is going to be Sunday, November 19th. That's correct. And
yes, that's right.
You're going to be doing an open line show. So it's going to be like, all calls, all show long.
All show long.
I'll
just
probably be there with you.
Oh, you will? Okay.
Yeah. But in the meantime, though, I want to let everybody know that the next show after this one is Compassionate Light Radio with Catherine Hahn. Free on-air guidance. The topic is Focus on Our Healing, Friday, November 10th. And then Saturday, November 11th, so Veterans Day, it's Mary and I on Tarot Today Live. And of course, we're going to be talking tarot and pulling cards and taking your calls and live chat on YouTube. Sunday, November 12th is Magic Universe with Sharona Rapsic. She'll be doing free readings in the second half of the show as well, but she's got special guests on, Ruth Ann and Wald Amberstone from the Tarot School. Oh my God, that is just going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Awesome.
Yep. So that's what's coming up. I just wanted to let everybody know on the network. Let's see who's been waiting the longest. It looks like area code 801. Caller, are you there? 801?
Yep, I'm here.
Who's that?
This is Charlotte.
Oh, it's Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Utah.
Yes, of course, all the background noise because the dogs go crazy every time I start talking. I apologize for that. They'll settle down in just a second. Hang on.
Where is Charlotte calling in from?
Utah.
Utah. Okay, Charlotte.
Utah. So my question is, and I don't even know if this is a legit question, is like, what in the world is going on with my oldest friend, who lifelong friend, you know, since high school, and myself. I mean, it is just like, it's crazy, and I don't understand. I don't
What's their name?
What's going on.
First name, Charlotte?
Her name's Heidi.
Heidi. And well, what is so crazy? Because what's crazy for some people is just kind of normal friends things for others.
We are polar opposites. We have become polar opposites on everything. I mean, like, she doesn't believe in climate change. I believe in climate change. Her political
all the political
leanings
stuff
are completely, and I'm like, you know, I respect your right to think differently. But then she just wants to cram it down my throat, and I'm like, what?
So how can you deal with her?
What?
Okay.
What? I don't know what. I don't know how to fix this.
Well, there might not be too much fixing to do, to be honest with you, Charlotte. You know, when I look at the cards, like the King of Cups. Okay, so this person is emotionally mature and is sitting on a stone throne. You're not moving that thing, you know. Meanwhile, around him is water, and it's rough, choppy seas. There's ships and aquatic animals being tossed around and everything. Meanwhile, he's all sitting there. See, he's in control of his emotions. So, you know, like I always say, tarot's multi-layered. What's going on with this is, okay, it's showing how she's not being mature, and how what you need to do in this situation is you need to adopt the position of the King of Cups. All right. And then I get the Ace of Swords. Okay. So that's a new thought or idea. It's a new chapter in your relationship. In other words, you need to take control of the situation. You're the mature person, and your relationship is new. It's as if it's a new relationship with this Ace of Swords. When an ace comes up like that in this kind of question. So basically, you have to look at it that way, Charlotte. You have to, you know, become the King of Cups, you know, and of course with the core cards, for those, you know, listening, has nothing to do with gender. Okay, a female can adopt the same attributes as the King of Cups. A male, the Queen of Cups, same thing. Okay, I just wanted to throw that out there for everybody listening. But so you need to do that, and you need to look at the relationship as a new relationship, because as I was listening to you, it actually sounded that way to me. And by the way, I also got the Judgment card. This is a big cosmic wake-up call for you, that I know the nostalgia. I know you want it to be like it was in high school, where, you know, you both liked the same Barbie dolls. I don't know, whatever it was. You know, I mean, the same movies, the same, you know, hot actors, whatever it was that you know, chicks talk about. Anyway, but it's not. It is decades and decades later, and you are both in completely different places. So your relationship now, if you want to maintain civility and maintain the relationship, you have to look at it, Ace of Swords, as a brand new relationship, and not expect it to be what it was before. Okay, let's see what Maria and Ginger are getting. Who wants to go next? Ginger, why don't you go?
Okay.
So I did a relationship spread, and
Awesome.
the card that I got that represented you was actually control, and the card that I got representing her was trust. And it almost feels like those two should be reversed. And so that tells me that this is an opportunity. If you say that she wants to cram things down your throat, then maybe just listen, and don't refute her points of view. Maybe look for a common ground in those points of view, to just kind of neutralize the need for her to control, and to understand the deeper side of that for you. The other two cards that I got, which are right in line with what Dak was saying, were breakthrough and new vision. And it's really an opportunity to take that relationship, as opposed to going more superficial and exchanging Christmas cards, to actually take it to a deeper level where you know that you can truly unconditionally love someone, and that the fact that you all have this ongoing relationship throughout this lifetime, this is a chance to renew that in a more familial sense, as opposed to with superficial compatibility, where you know that you're not going to be getting rid of each other, and there becomes a level of acceptance and harmony that can provide a lot of growth for both of you in that aspect context.
Yeah,
so, Marie, what did you
that would be fabulous. That would be fabulous if that happened. Because right now my only, the only thing that I have known to do is like, hey, look, this conversation's going nowhere. Can you change the subject? And then, but that doesn't work.
Well, okay, so the one topic that you brought up was, the climate. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of times people that are perceived as being climate deniers are not actually climate deniers. It's not that they don't believe that there are cycles that happen with the climate, but their issue is that there is this overwhelming energy that people are to blame for something that is a natural occurrence. So taking it out of the political realm of, policy and, you should do this and you shouldn't do that, and it's all because of the climate, and taking it just to more of a spiritual view of things, to say, well, why is it that you feel this way? You may find that there is some common ground there, but it's just not at the surface.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Definitely. I'm taking all this in, and I will re-listen to this, because right now I'm like, that's never gonna work. That's never gonna work. But that's on me, because you're giving me the best advice you have, and so it's on me to take it in and look at my stuff and see how I can make what you've said work, because I don't want her out of my life, but I don't like waking up to nasty grams either. Because they're upset because I wouldn't want climate change, and it's crazy. And then if you don't.
Well, and at the end of the day, are I in a position to make a global change to the climate? No. So, that shouldn't be a relevant point in your relationship.
People agree to disagree all the time. And a lot of people say, hey, in our relationship, we talk about golf, we can talk about basket weaving. Religion and politics are strictly off. I have to do that in my own life. Okay. You know, I'm a very progressive person. And the thing is that I go to a lot of veteran service organizations and the VFW and so, and there's people that are really, really right-wing wacko. Okay. There. And so we have to agree to disagree. And we don't talk religion and we don't talk politics at all in posts, because first of all, it's actually in our charter that we're not supposed to talk, hold political opinions, talk about them in the posts, but also, we just agree to disagree, and we just say, hey, those topics are off limits from now on if we're going to continue to be friends. Okay. And that may just be what you have to do. Okay, we are rapidly running out of time here. I don't know if you have anything for her, Maria, but
Dax,
gotta get going.
I agree with both of you. The cards I pulled are leaning towards a lot of the same things. So without just going and just interpreting it in my words, in my way, I think the angels are just telling her to, like you said, take the higher ground. If you want the friendship to endure, try to give some unconditional love. That's all I can say. And refuse to discuss certain topics like religion and politics. I think that's, you couldn't have given a better advice than that. I do feel that the relationship is you have very deep roots, but it is transitioning. And I think if you take the higher ground, it will endure and it'll get past these things, because people have short attention spans and they'll be on to something else.
Right. Well, thanks for calling in though, Charlotte. I don't know if that helped you at all.
It did, and I am going to re-listen to it because I'm at a standstill, because it's like a continual loop. That happens over and over,
right?
And then we won't talk for a month or two, and then somebody will reach out, and then she starts in again on one of her, her campaigns, and I'm like, oh, we need to change the subject. No changing the subject.
The friendship can't be based on your political views, so it doesn't work.
And
and I respect her. I respect her differing opinions. I totally respect people's. I mean, that's why we all have our own brain.
Right.
So, anyway, thanks, you guys. I really appreciate.
You're welcome.
Bye, Charlotte.
Your help today.
Bye, Charlotte. Angel blessings.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you in the chat room there. And let's see, we could probably do one more call. It's almost the bottom of the hour, a half hour to workshop time, folks. So if you're Tarot Guild members, go over to the tarotguild.com and grab the Zoom link so you can join me for the 5-card yes/no workshop at the top of this hour here. Maria, I think there's one more.
Yes, I just want to remind folks to go to angelpractitioners.com/Ginger, angelpractitioners.com/Maria. Find out more about our organization, about us, and how you can become a member. We'd love to have you join us. And if you're interested in taking a course, a Certified Angel Practitioner course, all there. The Angelic View Oracle cards, do your own readings, it's all there. Join, and I also want to remind folks to join me 2 Sundays from now, November 19th, live at 2 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be open lines and free MIDI readings throughout the show. Go ahead, Dax. Let's take that last one. And
area code 929. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from? 929. Are you there? Area code 929. Going once, going twice. Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so we're going to end the show now, everybody. It was great chatting with you, Ginger.
Thank you for joining us, Ginger. It was always a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, that's it, folks, and I'll see you next week. next Saturday. Yeah.
See you next Saturday. Angel blessings, everyone.
Bye,
Enjoy
everyone.
the rest of your weekend.
Bye, everyone.
Have a great November. Remember gratitude for yourself.
Absolutely.